questions to keep myself aligned. Waste away the hours doing what I should, knowing that my soul tells me it's not for my own good.
So what I wanted to talk to you guys about tonight was auto-suggestion. Because earlier today I had said to you, those of you who watched the live from earlier today, I gave you kind of a little bit of a challenge, and that was, look at your lives right now. Look at the situation of your lives, but try and step away, like disassociate from it for a second and just really be honest with yourself. And you don't have to tell me anything or anyone else, but just for yourself. So look at your life and then look at the words that you use. Most people, when you say that to them, I've heard, well, I'm just talking about reality. No, it's actually the other way around. The words that you're using are creating your reality. Okay? You're not giving like a newscast about your reality. You are actually creating your reality by saying the things that you're saying. I don't have money. I can't do that. whatever. Right? Watch me. I've already said December this year, 50,000 a month on CBD. You just watch me, and I only just started, and I'm going to do it. Right? So that is my, and I'm going to do whatever I have to do to make it happen. I will. Right? Through teaching, through my clinic, and through CBD, it is going to happen. Right? I am never going through a situation where I have to where just silly things happen. You know what I mean? Not that I don't have to ask for help, but where silly things happen. So what do you do to make things a reality? Right? Words are powerful. Okay, right. Words are so powerful. Everything I've said right now, there is a vibration in every single word that comes out of my mouth. And on top of that, if I have a belief behind it, right? That also has its vibration. So this is how law of attraction works. Are you ready? All right. So I say something, right? I say a word, I say something. And that vibration has those words and that thought is a thing, okay? And that thing, the thing, has its own energy and vibration. And that energy and vibration go out into the ether, the universe, whatever you want to call it, okay? It's out there. Now, everybody in this universe, here, all through the universe, they have their thoughts and their vibrations that are going out there. The interesting thing about law of attraction, you do hear what I'm saying, right? Law of attraction is that thought that's just floating around out there like a little bubble has its own energy and vibration and frequency, and it is attracting like a magnet all of like energies and vibrations and frequencies. Okay? So now this ball is just becoming bigger because it's attaching other stuff to it that's exactly the same vibration and frequency. All right? Now imagine that you said this like 1,000 times. I don't have any money, I don't have any money, I've thrown that out there, right? Every time you say it, that ball that you've thrown out there of that thing that everything's sticking to, more and more and more stuff sticks to it until it manifests physically. That is how law of attraction works. And out there is like constructive and deconstructive energies. So if you're going to put something out there, put out there what you want, okay? Because energy does not sit here and go, well, that's a good thought and that's a bad thought and they were being sarcastic and that's not really what they want. Like, it's not doing that. All right? So you need to sit there and go, okay, what is it that I want? Right? We have to be clear about what we want. And we have to say, I want it like it's already done, like you got it already. Okay? There's no being wishy-washy about this, because when you sit there and say you have no money, you're not being wishy-washy about that, right? You're being pretty darn clear about that. So understanding, once again, when you talk about your situation, it's not like you're talking about what's happening and that's just my reality and I'm talking about that. No, no, no. You are creating your reality by what you say, right? So just keeping that in mind, super important. So I went through this book so far. I'm not finished everything. I'm clearly still reading every night. I don't want to overwhelm myself. I want to actually just take it in. So it's like one chapter a night. So a person believes whatever one repeats to themselves, regardless if it's a statement of truth or whether it is false. Okay? A person believes whatever one repeats to themselves, regardless if it's a statement of truth or whether it is false. Exactly. If you say that you're fat or poor or broke, that is the energy you are giving off. Plus, you have a subconscious that's trying to please you. So you sit there and say you're fat, guess what happens? Your subconscious doesn't know the difference between a good thought and a bad thought either. Its job is to please you. So it's going to slow down your metabolism and it's going to hold on to your fat. So you need to be careful what you say. Right? Now, repeat a lie over and over and you will eventually accept the lie as truth. Okay? We are what our dominating thoughts are, and mixed with emotions creates how you will be, and it will control every movement. So, I don't just sit here and say, I'm gonna make $50,000 a month come December. I throw some energy in it as if I'm already there, right? Because when we're talking about how we don't have, we're always like, I don't have any money. Like, look at the emotion that you're putting. I don't have any money. I can't pay bills, blah, 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 right? You're just saying all this stuff. There is emotion behind it. That emotion is the catalyst to like throwing that thought out there, right? So when you want something, right, careful what you say. And if it is in fact what you want, make sure that you've got some emotion behind that, okay? That you are feeling it like it's already there, okay? And don't be ashamed of your emotions. Throw it out there, okay? And what I would like you to do, and this is a big challenge, what I want you to do is I really want you to go on manual. Forget about mindful. Those of you who are clients of mine that you are listening, there's some of you out there, you know that I'm like one step past mindful. I want you on manual. I want you already like thinking, like what am I saying? What am I feeling? What am I thinking? I want you to be in control of all of that. Don't just open your mouth and let anything flap out. Okay, just because it's something that you've always said. Okay, that's the stuff that gets you in trouble. All right, the more you say it, the more you're making it. That's a reflection in your life. Okay, like a mirror, it's coming back. All right, so just keeping that in mind. Important. Thoughts mixed with any emotion creates a magnetic force which attracts the vibrations in the ether that are similar or related. What I just said. Okay. A thought magnetized with emotion may be compared to a seed. When planted in fertile soil, germinates and grows and multiplies itself over and over. I'm going to read that one more time, okay? A thought magnetized with emotion may be compared to a seed. When planted in fertile soil, germinates and grows and multiplies itself over and over. That is a great analogy. I think that is relatable to all of us, right? So one small seed becomes millions of seeds of the same brand. All right? So you know sometimes when you plant something and it's like a runner and it just keeps going, it takes over your garden? Okay? Think of it like that. One small seed becomes millions of seeds of the same brand. So that thought that you're having that is not in your highest and best, is not where you want to be in life, is a seed that you planted and it is like now, wow, taking over the garden, okay? The ether is a cosmic mass of vibrations made up of constructive and deconstructive vibrations. This carries vibrations of fear, poverty, disease, failure, misery, as well as vibrations of prosperity, health, success, and happiness. The human mind is constantly attracting vibrations which harmonizes with what dominates in the mind. Right? The human mind is constantly attracting vibrations which harmonizes with what is blah 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 is dominating in your mind. What are you holding in your mind? What you are holding in your mind attracts vibrations from the ether, more of the same vibrations. Add this to your vibrations and then grows and becomes a dominant, motivating master of who you are. So those words that you're using are becoming who you are. All right? So, very good. Don't let them become the weeds in the garden. Yes, right? Careful of your words. Please, I'm begging you, be careful of your words. So, what I would like you to do as an exercise, okay, so I've already given you a challenge to be manual and really pay attention to how many times you catch yourself in what you're saying, okay? So the exercise is I would like you to write out a statement of your major purpose, a definite chief aim, goal, commit to memory, and repeat it in an audible words day after day until the vibrations of the sound reach your subconscious mind. Okay, so I'm going to actually read you mine, okay, in a minute. Your greatest weakness is a lack of self-confidence, right? This can be the change to, this can be the change to courage you through auto suggestions. So you need to bring out your self-confidence, okay? No more time to hide, all right? If you feel like you don't have self-confidence, I am here. Stop saying you don't have any money. Invest in yourself. Make a few appointments. Let's deal with your crap. And let's just get you where you need to be so you can be who you want to be in this life. Stop hiding, okay? Positive thoughts, impulses, stated in writing, memorized and repeated until they become a part of your self-conscious. Think of this as like deceiving. You're almost being deception of your self-conscious, right? Because you are talking about this like you're going to have it already, like you have it, all right? Your subconscious doesn't know. When you are watching, when those kids, I'm going to give you an example of how strong your subconscious is. Those kids that go and they shoot up in schools and they kill people, all right? Most of them have been watching those shoot 'em up games. You know, they're playing those shoot 'em up video games. The subconscious doesn't know the difference between real and fake. So for them to shoot that many times over and over and over, night after night after night, and they're watching that stuff and they're doing it, how hard do you think it is after that to pick up a real gun and do it? Not so tough. All right? Our subconscious, we can change what's in there. We have the power. We have so much power. We have the power to make ourselves sick, and we have the power to make ourselves well. Every sickness and illness out there, we caused it. We did it. I don't care if it's fibromyalgia. I don't care if it's cancer. That's why I say that I can help people with this stuff, because I know what's going on. I don't care if it's cancer. I don't care if it's fibromyalgia. I don't care what it is. Once it's manifested physically, you did it. You caused it. Think of a negative energy like, I'm going to say, think of them like balls, okay? So some of those negative thoughts that you have that are floating around in your field, some of them are like the size of marbles maybe. And some of them can be the size of a basketball, right? So think of fibromyalgia right now where doctors don't know what it is. It's completely energy-based, right? So if you take all those balls, the different size balls of negative energies, memories, thoughts, feelings, all that stuff, and you start jamming it up into the organs and jamming it up into the joints. Hello, fibromyalgia, right? And now each one of those balls has to be like pulled out and fixed and sent away, right? So we have the power to make ourselves sick. We are not a victim in this body. Things are not just randomly happening to us. We have the power. We are causing it all. And that means we do have the power to make ourselves well. When I am talking about self-healing, I am not just blowing smoke out my ass. This is the truth. We can't always do it ourselves. Even I go get help. So we can't always do it ourselves. We're too close, right? You know, sometimes we're too close to the situation. And that's when you get someone like me to help you over that, right? That hump, right? That someone who's going to teach you how to, once you get over the hump, to keep going with it. All right? It's not an awful thing to ask for help, right? In fact, I've made it so much easier that I've actually dropped the prices of my sessions. In US dollars, I've dropped them $200 for 10 sessions. Not for 10 sessions, I've dropped them by $200. That's unheard of in my business. Unheard of. But that's what I'm doing because I want you people to get better. And so, for instance, a statement that I say, the exact amount of money that I desire is $50,000 a month every month. I intend to give free sessions to help those that require healing in order to move forward in their lives but can't afford it in return for the money that I receive. I intend to be making this money in full by no later than the commission payout date of December 2019. My plan of action is to sign up powerful, successful, and empowering affiliates in my CBD team, to increase clinic package sales, especially for the online sessions, obtain large numbers of students for all types of courses that I put out to teach, whether it is online or in person, and I have signed this and I have dated this. This is a contract. All right? After I read that, and I read this all day, morning, noon, night, before I go to bed, the first thing I wake up in the morning is I pick up my journal and I start reading it. Before I go to bed at night, I pick up my journal and I read it before I go to bed. And this is new, so jump on the bandwagon and let's do this all together. So, self-confidence formula. First, I know that I have the ability to achieve the object of my definite purpose in life. Therefore, I demand of myself persistent and continuous action toward its attainment, and I here and now promise to render such action. Secondly, I realize that the dominating thoughts of my mind will eventually reproduce themselves in outward physical action and gradually transform themselves into physical reality. Therefore, I will concentrate my thoughts for 30 minutes every day upon the task of thinking of the person that I intend to be. Therefore, thereby creating in my mind a clear mental picture of that person. You need to see what that looks like, what you want. You can't just say the words. What does it look like? Once you have it, what will it look like? You need to show your subconscious and energy an image. This is what it looks like. This is what I want, and this is what it looks like. Okay? Thirdly, I know through the principle of autosuggestion, any desire I persistently hold in my mind will eventually seek expression through some practical means of obtaining the object that I desire. And therefore, I commit to devote 10 minutes daily to demanding of myself the development of my self-confidence. Fourthly, I have clearly written down a description of my chief aim in life, and I will never stop trying until I have developed sufficient self-confidence for its attainment. And fifthly, I fully realize that no wealth or position can long endure unless built upon truth and justice. Therefore, I will engage no transaction which does not benefit all of whom it affects. I will succeed by attracting to myself the forces I wish to use and the cooperation of other people. I will induce others to serve me because of my willingness to serve others. I will eliminate hatred, envy, jealousy, selfishness, cynicism by developing love for all of humanity, because I know that a negative attitude towards others can never bring me success. I will cause others to believe in me because I will believe in them and in myself, and I will sign my name to this formula, commit it to memory over time, and repeat it aloud once a day with full faith that it will gradually influence my thoughts, actions, so that I will become a self-reliant and successful person. And I sign this too. These things, understanding how the law of attraction works, making a clear goal for yourself, working on your self-confidence, all of this stuff works. It's gonna work. Why? Because I won't settle for anything else. And if anything showed me when I was powerless, this was the switch that turned it, where I said, you know what? Hell no. Never happening again. Never happening again, where that feeling was something that was like crazy. I don't mind showing my soft underbelly anymore, and I don't mind being vulnerable, but I will not allow myself to fall into a place of feeling powerless ever again over my own life. This is my life. I own it. It's mine. And I control every aspect of what happens because it is the only thing I have control over. I can't control how people don't accept my generosity. I can't control over how I can be kind and they can come back and be just rude. I can't control that. But I can control how I react to it, right? An example today, I am trying to help someone, and no matter what I did, they tried to turn it around and make it something horrible. I'm like, hey, like, I'm trying to support you here, and you're turning everything into like crap. That's not my fault, right? So I just simply said, you know what? I'm sorry that you see it that way. Have a wonderful day. Because why? Because I'm not going to get caught up in a drama, in conflict. That's just not a good feeling for me. And once you've got yourself in a really good vibration, and I can tell you, I used to be a very angry person. I will give you an example of how angry I could be. I grew up in my life, as some of you have heard, a little bit, you know, it was physically challenging. And I remember very vividly having a relationship with a guy, and, you know, women know this. You know, sometimes guys can push your buttons and we don't say anything, and we don't say anything, and we don't say anything, and we don't say anything. And then all of a sudden, and it could be the other way around, and then all of a sudden, one small thing happens, and you completely lose your shit, and you look like a crazy person, because that's what happened. You know how I showed myself as a crazy person? He was watching a football game. I got really angry over stuff that I'd been building up, and all of a sudden, and this is, I'm talking about like my mid-20s now, okay? But I still can't forget, I still laugh. He said something that really upset me, and it was like the straw that broke the camel's back. I calculatingly got up, put on my cowboy boots, walked over to the television, and put my foot right through the TV. Crazy bitch, right? So, but it wasn't that one thing. It was like the 100 things that happened before that, right? But I have control of my situation. I didn't know that then, right? I thought that he's going to make me happy, right? No, the only person that makes you happy is you, okay? You don't give away your power by saying that person's going to make me happy, right? You are happy within yourself, and you share that happiness, and that person is happy within themselves, and they share that happiness with you. That's how it works, right? Not like, you know, today you're going to make me a little bit happy, and tomorrow you're going to make me a lot happy, and the next day you just choose not to make me happy at all, right? Like, we don't, like, we give away too much power. We give away too much power, right? So time to take control. You guys have heard all the challenges. I've given you some serious challenges today. This is just not messing around. I was really looking forward to this, and I couldn't do it last week because of the internet stuff and the storms and stuff here, but these are your challenges. And I highly suggest that people actually go out and they get this book. All right? Like, I am serious. This Napoleon Hill, he's some serious shit. Like, this is like really good reading. And it's easy. And if you get the mastermind copy, that's the one I got. It comes like with a workbook. Make sure you get the workbook to go with it, because it's got everything laid out, and you just can make out your stuff at every chapter, and there's questions and stuff. And it is awesome, the stuff that's in here. Wonderful quotes, like amazing quotes. And I thought Tony Robbins was the guy that came up with knowledge is only potential power. It's the execution that's the power. Right here. Okay, this guy. So this guy was a genius of his time, and he still is. So this is something that you want to read. It actually put all of the pieces that I had about law of attraction and different things, that like everything started clicking into place as I was reading this. Like, I knew that I knew this stuff, but I wasn't putting it together, the pieces together properly. Like, the puzzle wasn't falling together properly, and now it is. So just this is what you want. Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill. Make sure you get the Mastermind volume. Please don't tell me that you can't afford to buy this book. I don't want to hear that. That's like such an oxymoron. Go and get this book. Do yourself a favor. Invest in yourself. All right? Invest in yourself. And those of you that need to get past your issues and your challenges, don't be embarrassed about them, and don't keep putting them aside. They are going to be the things that stand in your way of success. All right? Stop it. Invest in yourself. You will go buy shoes. You will go get your hair done. You will go fix things in your house. Those things are material. Those things are not what's inside. Those things are what's outside, and that is only temporary shit. You need to take care of yourself now. And those other things, you can have those anytime. All right? Just take care of yourself right now. Don't forget about the workbook. There's a workbook too, Pat, that goes with this. They have to get the workbook as well. Well, you don't have to, but it just makes it easier. So please do this stuff for yourself. Please do the challenges that I've asked you to do today. Watch this a couple more times until you can write down the challenges. And I'm not gonna write down all the stuff that I read tonight. Okay? Not gonna do that for you. You are going to get this book, and because it's all in here, and you are going to do it. All right? And those of you who contact me, there is some stuff on YouTube that I can send you, because some of the stuff is on YouTube, okay, that he sort of goes through it, but you need to read the words. There's nothing better than words and a highlighter. That's what I think. So pay attention to this stuff and take care of you. Invest in yourself, okay? If you don't absolutely love me by now and want me to help you, then you need to find somebody that will, okay? Seriously. Stop it, all right? And take care of yourself. Put yourself first. You matter. You are important, and there's a reason why you are here. Okay, and it's not to sit at home and feel bad about your life. Think about the words that you are saying. Think about what you are saying. Remember, I'm going to say this one more time. When you are telling people about your life, you are not giving them a news report about your life. You are actually creating it. It's the other way around. The words that you are saying are creating your reality. Okay, you are not talking about something that's randomly happening to you. No. All right, you need to really wrap your head around that. It's a big pill to swallow for some people, but seriously, it's the way it is. Okay, so that's what I've got for you tonight. That's it. I feel like I was up on just preaching myself to death over here, but okay, that's it. Have a fantastic night and take care of you. And if you need help to take care of you, I am here. All right, accept it. And what else can I tell you? Those of you who are interested in finding out, other ways of getting into homeostasis with CBD too as well. Contact me, will you please? All right. I feel like sometimes I'm talking to nothing out there, and that's not the truth. I know you guys are listening. Put yourselves first. You matter. You are important in this world. Okay. And I got a spiritual center on the way, and I'm going to be needing some people there, and we're going to be helping the world together. So let's get this thing going, all right? So I will talk to you all soon. Have a fantastic night. I love you guys. I really do. Have a fantastic night. Bye.
Look at my reflection in the mirror. I see that it's not the person who lives inside of me. Done with all the fear and doubts, the negativity. I'm shedding all the crap right now.